Alright, so back on the A10C red flag campaign. This is mission number 10. Have a fairly standard loadout for this. It's a CBU-105s and CBU-97 cluster bombs. The 105 variant having guidance package and 2x2 AGM-65D Mavericks and Sidewinders. We have some allies. The situation talks about a lot of air activity from the enemy, so we've got some cat patrols that will be flying to help us out. Primary targets are a Northern Tank Company and an artillery battalion, and it talks about arriving on time. Timing is critical in order to stay behind the friendly cap that is going to be passing through the area to clean out the fighters for us. And then egress out, and that's about it. We have your standard threats. But did mention, as far as threats are concerned, SA-8s in the area, so we'll have to watch out for those, and we'll be taking off from Dallas as usual. So now let's check out the mission planner. Alright, so here we are at the mission planning screen. We've got our steer points in white as usual, friendlies in blue, enemies in red. Has us coming in from the east here with steer point 7 for entering the area. 8 is the IP. And we have 2 groups that we need to deal with here today, and we also have a SA-13, which is good news, it's not a 19, and a ZSU-23. There's also some other flights in the area, so we've got a cast strike. It's going to be hitting targets in this area as well, so they might get some of ours, they might not, we don't know. They'll probably focus on these. And we also have another cast strike which is covering the area as well, also hitting these. I believe these are BTRs here, no, BMPs. Okay. And we have a siege strike, so hopefully they'll be going after these two. What are they? SA-8s. So hopefully they're effective in killing those guys. So all we have to worry about is our group of artillery and this group of tanks. So to do that, we've got to take out these anti-air positions. So let's add a steer point. We'll leave the prime points where they are as usual, but we'll add a point here. First one's going to be here with this SA-13, second one at the ZSU. So we want to make sure that we kill those guys first. That prime point is probably good enough to see all of those guys, but we need another point here after 11 for hitting these guys. These guys are kind of spread out, so I'm going to stick a waypoint from 11. Let's add one here, and let's say here and here. Okay, and as usual, we want to make sure that those are at 0 as far as altitude, so that they're not floating up in the air and we can easily target what's on the ground there. That is going to be our SA-13. And the next one at 10 is going to be our, I'm just going to call it AAA. Make sure the altitude's set. 11 is a prime, don't need to do anything with that. Maybe check the altitude, make sure it's not set way up in the air somewhere. Alright, 12, that's our, we're just going to call those targets. And we'll get the altitude down to 0, or whatever the ground is at that point. And 13 and 14 are also targets, so TGT. 0 out the altitude to be ground level, and same thing with 14, which is another target. And bring the altitude down to ground level. So that's it. Should be good to go. Once again, we'll come in. We'll probably have to find these targets early though, because if we look at the distance here, we only got 4 miles between our IP and the SA-13, and about a little less than 6 miles. So we're gonna have to find these guys as we come in over here, because that's way too close to engage with Mavericks. So as far as the loadout goes, We will need 2 Mavericks for the AA. We can carry 6. So we can use Mavericks on this group over here if we want. We also have cluster bombs as a default. I'm going to change that up just a little bit for variety, so let's take a quick look at that. And bring back our flight path and look at our loadout. So it's got, as I said, the CBU 105s and the 97s, so we're going to change that up a little bit. We're going to carry six Mavericks. Let's make a whole new one, I think. So let me do that real quick and I'll show you what I've got here. Alright, so after a little bit of thinking, what I've done is I've added 2 Mavericks, so now instead of 4 I have 6, and I've changed out the CBU 97s for a pair of GBU 12s for more precision, and then I kept the 2 CBU 105s just to have some cluster bombs. You can't put more than 1 LGB on here, and I figured maybe this will hit more of the targets, although I don't know if it'll actually kill them. So we'll have to see how it works out. Anyway, that's the plan. We'll see you again when we're in the air and close to the IP. Alright, so we're in the air obviously. We are 32 miles from the SA-13 that we need to take out. Got the TGP locked on the target area.
Attacking air defenses.
I'm going to turn on my dispenser. Those Su-30s have been locking us up, but they haven't shot anything yet. There go my flare and chaff. So let's see if we can find these guys. Alright, that's our SA-13, 28 miles away. We're in point mode, 8 meters. We can slew the Mav over there, but the Mav's not going to be able to lock on this far away. So once again, we just have to wait until we're close, or really nothing we can do. We've got him targeted. Maybe I turned on my dispenser too early. If I get locked out by another air, I'm going to turn it off for a second until we get to, well, I guess we'll just let him expend. Somebody got an open mic. I don't know why it does that once in a while. I don't know what's going on with that. So anyway, we'll kill him, kill the AAA hopefully, and then the next will be the artillery. 6 artillery pieces, maybe take out 2 of them with the stragglers, so we'll have used 4 Mavericks by that point. I'm going to drop cluster bombs on the artillery and then move on to the tanks, using my flight as necessary. Yeah, that's the SA-13 for sure. 20 miles away. Let's see if we can start.
Tally Bandit, 1 o'clock.
I don't know what that was.
2, Tally Bandit, 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I think he's just too far away for the Maverick to lock on to. 19 miles.
Delhi Bandit, 12 o'clock.
Yeah, just too far away. Usually around 10 miles, I want to say. We're 17 miles out. Guess I could just switch back to the TGP 16 miles out. There's definitely some guys flying around getting launched at. See that?
Contact armor turret, 12 o'clock. Port 15.
2 launches.
Two.
Whoa, what is all that?
Port 14.
The hell?
2. Contact armored target, 12 o'clock. Port 15.
Why did all those dots show up on the Maverick?
Contact target, 12 o'clock. Port 14. 2. Contact air defense target, 12 o'clock. Port 14.
Yep, that's who I'm trying to lock up.
2. Contact target, 11 o'clock. Port 16.
And I can't.
2. Contact air defense target, 11 o'clock. Port 15. 2. Contact armored target, 11 o'clock. Port 14.
This is the frustrating part of
2.
using Mavericks.
Contact air defense target, 11 o'clock. Port 14.
There we go. Got them locked out, and I just gotta wait for the range queue to come
armored
in.
target, 11 o'clock. Port 15.
Just 10 miles out, should show up soon. There it is. I'll wait for that carrot to get inside that box. And then we'll go try to find the AAA. That's well within range. Out. Not the same guy. That wasn't us, somebody else got him. There we go. Okay, I'm evading that. I think our AAA is down too. I don't know if that's our guys shooting at their guys or what's going on, but I'm going to be out of flares and chaffs here in a second either way. Jesus. Somebody not doing their job.
Port 4 coming south, west of the airfield.
Alright. Alright, so that should be where the AAA is, and then after that we just have the artillery, so we'll spin back around here once we get about 10 miles away. I only shot the one Maverick. And I did not notice if he got, well, yeah, we saw it in the TGP that somebody else took him out by the time my missile got there. That's fine. I'd rather have that happen than miss and have him up and shoot somebody down.
Uzi 2, fence out.
Let's roll in one more time here and see if we can see the AAA. If not, we'll go after the artillery. Maybe save a couple Mavericks. It looks like our AAA is already dead.
Uzi 1, fence out.
nothing there, so I'm assuming he's dead. Go to our prime target area.
Ford 4 coming east, south of airfield.
2, 4. There should be 2 more here. There we go. Okay, let's hit them with Mavericks. One. It's 2, that should be all the artillery. Okay, it's not cycling to the next
Warning,
waypoint.
autopilot.
I swear I tapped that before I go to maneuver and it doesn't recognize it, and I don't know why this switched to 20 miles. There's 1 artillery down, 2 artillery down. Those are the only 2 that I saw. Mission success there in the top right corner. So we've got the artillery, we've got the AAA, we've got the SAM. Now all we need to do is clean up those tanks. So I'm going to take a couple shots with my Mavericks that I have left. And drop my LGBs and clusters and then let my other guys go after it. And I think I've launched all
Warning, autopilot.
Mavericks from one side. Yeah, I got 3 Mavericks on one pylon. That's why I'm flying all crazy. So we'll use 3 Mavericks. Let's see. Target. Oops.
Warning,
Yeah,
autopilot.
that was my fault. My bad. Wrong button. So we need to get about 10 miles away because the range of the Maverick, the minimum is about 3.5 miles. So you want to give yourself some time and space to lock up the target and launch your Mavericks. It's going to be a little bit harder since I launched all the Mavericks off of one rail instead of one than the other. Okay, we're 8 miles away. If I don't see anything at this 12 target waypoint, I'll go to the next one. Alright, we're 9 miles away. Let's try to roll in here.
Springfield 2, that's out.
Also flying a little bit higher than normal. Usually fly at 12,000. Figured I'd try 14, see if it made any difference. I know 11.5 is the range of one of the SAMs that we have to deal with. Pulling around, I see some things smoking there in the TGP out of the corner of my eye.
Warning, autopilot.
Fucking... Holy crap, it looks like everything's already dead. I'm gonna have to try to fly and aim at the same time here. I don't see anything there. I think everything's dead. That's silly. Yeah. Everything done got killed. It's anything but trees. 4 miles. Yeah, I'm overflying it now. Alright, well, everything is gone up through this prime too, so we might be done. All the other targets were killed by other aircraft.
Pontiac 2, fence out. Pontiac 3, bombs away, off to the east.
Not being able to engage autopilot's a pain in the ass. Of course, the fuselage is in the way, so I'm going to have to fly out again. Let's see, is that the last one? Prime 2. Yeah, Prime 2 is the last one. So if I don't see anything there, I'll tell my flight to attack targets opportunity, see if they do anything. It's going to be fun flying back, though, with 3 Mavericks.
Southeast port side for a plus 44.
3 Mavericks hanging off the right pylon there. There were so many targets I didn't think I wouldn't be able to use them. Went ahead and got dark, didn't it? There we go, that helps a little. All those destruction back there. Okay. Alright, this is good enough. Normally I'd want to go 10 miles out, but I don't think there's anything left. Really like to launch at least one more Maverick to even out my load here. Well, I see 2 things on fire, nothing else. Somebody had some fun. Jesus. I think everything's dead. See nothing but trees and dead tanks. Oh, 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 don't lose your... There's something.
Pontiac 1, fence out. Springfield 1, fence out.
Jesus Christ, I'm so close. God damn it. That's what happens when you can't use autopilot. At least I found something to shoot at. Just almost right over it. Good news though, at least I can get rid of a Maverick here. Get to about 8 miles again, turn around, throw a Maverick out if I can. Seven miles.
Pontiac 3, fence out.
gonna have to be good enough. See if I could turn a little tighter without over pulling here. Oh, where the hell did he go? Oh, Christ. Son of a freaking frack. I lost him. How the hell did I lose my point? Damn it. I think he was off to the left here somewhere. God damn it. Well.
Chevy 6 on station, full time, plus 20.
Shit. Let me go into a... I don't think it's going to be able to. Let me just let my flight go hog wild here.
Flight. Engage targets of opportunity.
2, copy.
Well, they found him real quick then.
4, running in. 4, missile away. 3, running in. 2, running in. 3, missile away. 2, missile away. 3, engaging target.
Watch them all shooting at the same thing.
3, running in.
I'm just looking at
3,
the two
missile
slow.
away. 4, missile away. 3, engaging target. 2, target destroyed. 4, missile away. 3, 2, running in. Missile away. 3, missile away. Rounds on target. 2, missile away. Rounds on target. Target destroyed. 2, target destroyed. Target destroyed. Missile away. 3, missile away. Target destroyed. 3, rounds on target. Rounds on target. 3, rounds on target.
Flight. Join up.
Sounds like they had some serious fun. Glad somebody did. I can't engage autopilot, and it's hard to search targets and keep the thing low at the same time.
Hog 2, fence out.
I'm gonna make one more run, and then that's it. I'm done. $10 miles. Hopefully not run into my own guys.
Warning, autopilot.
God. Just not gonna happen, is it? Gonna be a long flight back. I don't see anything left there. Alright, I guess that's it. I'll head back and see you on the ground for a debrief. Alright, so I'm coming in for a landing here at Nellis. About 9 miles out. I think last time I did this at night I didn't use the NVGs, so that tonight I'm going to try it with the NVGs and see how that goes. I got it pulled up on the TGP there on the right. You can see the runway lights. On the left you can see my flight path I'm supposed to take. I can see it visually right there. Got my speed down, just need to come down on my altitude a little bit. And I'm going to catch that line on the TAD once I'm on it and make a right turn and come in and land. So really I don't think anything went bad this mission. Kinda by the time I got there all I had was the SAM site and 2 of the artillery pieces to blow up. Everything else was dead. And then I think the things that my wingman went over
Pull up.
and shot at was tanks that were nowhere near where the marks that I had down were. So I think that's what happened there. I don't think I missed anything. I think they just were shooting at targets weren't where my steer points were at. So alright, that's the gear. Pulling the speed brakes here. I don't want to get too slow. I've got a lot of ordnance on right now. I do need to get my flaps down though, and I can't do that till I hit 180, so I'll slow down a little bit. Boy, this feels really wobbly with all this ordnance. Have to put some flaps down, that'll help. There's 5 flaps. There's 10 flaps.
Altitude.
Okay, gears down. I just need to watch my speed coming a little hot around 150. And it's going to be wobbly. Can't help that. Because they're freaking out because I landed. When I get a chance here, I'll tell them the RTB. I don't know if I'm going to make that exit point or not. Yeah, I'll make it.
Halt 1-1. Taxi to parking area.
Okay, that was a little dicey, but it worked. Clean up the aircraft, pull the flaps in. Pull the speed brake in. Tell my wingman to land.
Flight.
Whoops.
Anchor at my speed.
Damn it.
Flight. RTB.
That's what I meant. Probably like, what the hell, man? Anchor at my speed. My speed is the runway. That probably wasn't too helpful. So I've got a short taxi trip here. Weapons already safe. Get a second when I straighten up here, I'll pop the canopy. May not get a chance. Okay, this looks like a good opportunity. That's my navigation system freaking out. So just roll to our parking spot there up ahead and we'll hit the mission debrief screen. Should tell us that I killed SA-13 and 2, I forget what they're called, the artillery pieces, I forget how they're labeled in the game. SBU something or other. See one already parked here. Facing the wrong way. Take the spot coming up here next. They're ready to leave. Okay. See that mission debrief screen. Two plus the air defense. I don't know why it's not showing that. We were hog 2 here. SPH 2519 MSTA. So I didn't hit that. Oh yeah, the SA-13, I launched at it, but it blew up before my missile got there. So I didn't get to do much this time. But the mission was a success. I got back, everybody got back, so pretty good all in all. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.